is that field of medicine which is a newer one that focuses on developing the methods to treat the diseases not through the pharmaceuticals but through the bioelectricals methods. That is, you can implant an electrode, you can implant some kinds of any kind of gadgets that can stimulate your desired nerve, that can stimulate your desired process, that can stimulate your desired neurocircuits, which will be beneficial for the disease process itself. Now, these terms are often used interchangeably, that is, what is bioelectronic medicine, neuromodulation, electroceuticals interchangeably, but these are different. The cornerstone of bioelectronic medicine is the interaction of the electrical device with your nerves, which you have, with which you have developed, with which you have born. And the core concept of neuromodulation is why they are not a cure of the disease condition, but it can help in providing some additional means of decreasing the symptoms of these chronic conditions that can decrease your drug burden, and on long-term basis, this can help you a lot. Now the scopes of bioelectronics, if you see that these are, I have defined it in three ways, that is bioelectronic medicine, the neuromodulation training, and the electroceuticals. I have already defined the bioelectronic medicines. Now the neuromodulation is the technique used through the bioelectronic medicine principles. And electroceuticals are those products or those circuits or those things which are implanting or through which you are making the neuromodulation. So although these three terms are being used interchangeably, these are basically different. Now see what the science has evolved now till now. It is the vagus nerve which has been exploited more because of the science that vagus nerve is the longest intracranial nerve which has longest extracranial route, and it connects the brain from the brain to your gut. That is proximal 2/3 of your colon. So this nerve has been used for neuromodulation for a long time. And if you think that what are the indications now being approved so far, one is the epilepsy, I have given the detail, that is the year that the European Union and the FDA being approved the things, and the chronic and chronic diseases, morbid obesity, migraine, these things. But if you see the next thing, these are being proposed that it could be used in case of obsessive compulsive disorder. One is Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, cluster headache, and the chronic migraine. So just get, these are the indications. These are indications still approved. Okay, European Union is always faster in improving and also applying this bioelectronic medicine than the Americans. Okay. Now you always require a hypothesis or a model before you have an idea, and when you get your desired result, you must explain it. That is the basic of any scientific phenomenon. Now the neurocircuits that has been exploited or that has been used to explain the effectiveness of the vagal stimulation in epilepsy is very this thing is very important. See here, I can see only through the inclined view. The vagus nerve has a
pointer. It's a pointer.
See, sir. Can I speak it from there?
Yeah, no problem. And you use the pointer there. Pointer actually. Pointer. Can you stand?
That in turn will stimulate the hypothalamus and this cellular nuclei, the cellular cortex in the cerebellum, and that will propagate up to stimulate this area. That is the anterior nucleus of the thalamus, ventrobasal nucleus, centromedial nucleus of the thalamus, to ultimately reach the motor cortex and the cellular cortex, and that will give you the effect in this downward loop, and your epilepsy will be controlled. Now see what you have known about the neuroscience in the brain. I will just navigate very quickly because these are beyond the scope of detailed description. See what are the neurosciences we have in our brain in a nutshell. These are neuroscience of brain studies arises, that is the somatosensory motor loop, which is arising from the somatosensory cortex, that is area 3, 1, 2, primary motor cortex, that is area 4, premotor cortex area 6, and that goes to the cortex nucleus, putamen, globus pallidus, this way, it goes ultimately to the ventral lateral nucleus of the thalamus and supplementary motor cortex. See, here is a closed loop system. Second circuit, that is the frontal light field. Prefrontal cortex, that is the oculomotor loop that helps you to recognize an object. So that is originating from the prefrontal cortex, posterior parietal cortex, that is area 7, 9, 10, goes to the cortex nucleus, then globus pallidus, ventral nucleus, and frontal light field to get the vision. And also this nuclear nucleus is involved in sight. And this one is another neuroscience that is called association loop. How you get about the texture, about when you see an object, there is a ball and a square object. How do you get associated that it's a ball and it's a square object? So there is an association loop. That loops also started from the premotor cortex, posterior parietal cortex, and that is the loop again communicating this way to the prefrontal cortex. See, this is another neuroscience of the limbic loops, by virtue of which we feel some pain, some happiness, some memory. So this is the circuit of yours. That it started from the medial and lateral temporal lobe, hippocampus, amygdala, entorhinal nerve cortex, not very much in details of human, and goes to ventral stratum, ventral pallidum, ventral nucleus, dorsal thalamus, and goes to the anterior cingulate gyrus, area 24, abertomotor cortex, area 10 and 11. Another, see, this is another loop of basal ganglia. As we are going to talk on the Parkinson's disease, so you must have a good idea about the loops in the basal ganglia. This is a direct loop of the basal ganglia. See that there are two loops in the basal ganglia. One is the direct loop and one another is the indirect loop of basal ganglia. Here the inhibited neurons and excitated neurons are being shown here. The direct loop of the basal ganglia, see this started from the subthalamic nucleus, pars compacta, pars ventriculata, globus pallidus, internus, externus, stratum. That's the broad area of the cortex. So this is a loop system, that is a direct loop. There is also an indirect loop. Okay, this indirect loop fashion is in this way. You see, there is a complex neurocircuitry that helps in functioning of the basal ganglia, and that is that this has to be memorized very delicately before you going to neurostimulate. Now, if you see the neurotransmitter in basal ganglia in neurocircuit, see these are the neurocircuit. So we usually know from the class 12 knowledge that there are excitatory synapse, inhibitory synapse. Excitatory synapse secretes, that is the glutamate, and another one is glycine, and the inhibitory synapse secretes GABA. But see here, brain doesn't act like a binomial features. It has a polynomial. Sometimes this could be reversed. I will show it in later for in case of standard lesion or different kind of lesion. So this is the neurotransmitters which are excitatory and inhibitory that fashion in this way to form this complex circuitry which is involved with the basal ganglia circuit. Now, this is the major pathway of basal ganglia neurotransmitter by which it has been connected with the others. See this cortex nucleus putamen, that's it accidentally generously to connect with the globus pallidus, but it has a different area of language when it communicates with the substance nigra through the GABA or substance P. That's the beauty. And it gets stimulation from the glutamate to the thalamus. And this from through the globus pallidus it connects with the subthalamic nucleus, and these are all delicate neurotransmitters that connect all these areas to give a good movement for your body. Now this neuroanatomy book, and this is how these things are connected. See here, GABA is inhibitory, dopamine is inhibitory. However, in previous circuit you can see it is excitatory. See, so in why the polynomiality of the neurotransmitter, not only the neurocircuits, that is very complex phenomenon, and where the AI is very difficult to recognize this brain activity complex. Now,
accordingly, you expect that inhibition of it.
de-inhibition. De-inhibition actually is a stimulation process.
Right.
Yes, it is stimulation process. No, I will see that in stratylation what will happen. Circuit will be worse. If you see, just see that this is a circuit. Now what happens when there is a lesion in the subthalamic nucleus? See, is the increased normal decrease. Now when the inhibition is being got, see the modification of the circuit. Okay, that is responsible for the hyperkinetic. This subthalamic hemiballismus. Okay, is the hemiballismus. So this neurotransmitter has a different matrix. Have you seen the matrix in one? So every disease has a different matrix here. If you see a striatal lesion, okay, now we are coming to the Parkinson disease and striatal lesion. If you see a striatal lesion, there is hyperkinetic disorder. How we are going to explain it? This is the neuroscience. Now, which one was inhibitory now becomes excitatory. Some circuits become more dominated, some are inhibited, some are absolutely not present. So this is why you can do it.
Terms are relative in that.
Yes, it is relative. That is why it is polynomial. I will go into the mathematics last. I will go into last. This is our hypothesis, and I will go on the mathematics. Okay, this is another lesion where there is decreased dopamine. So if there is decreased dopamine, when in case of Parkinson's disease, do you think that the brain will wait for you to get a dopamine? No, the circuit will be modified. In the face of decreased dopamine, this circuit here it is absent, now circuit gets modified. And basically your tremor, your rigidity, these are basically your protective response. These are basically your protective response. But these are cumbersome because you cannot move fast, you cannot move your hand, your dexterity is being lost. That is why it is disfiguring and very much annoying to you, but otherwise it is a protective response to you. In case of decreased dopamine, you don't have rigidity at all. But if it is an excessive rigidity, you can block it faster. So that is the neuroscience. So if we sum it, that is the dangerous neuroscience we have. The primary motor cortex, concentric cortex, in these ways is impacted. So up to the muscle, contraction, relaxation, this will be there. See here the intersecting neurons, non-intersecting neurons of lateral tract, and 10 to 50% anterior neurons which are not going to the opposite side. This motor cortex and descending motor corticospinal cavity is arranged in this way. So, this is the motor cortex pyramidal cell here. This synapse, spinal cord in this way to control your muscles. Now, this is also a cortico-bulbar pathway. You know, when your cranial nerve is being controlled by the cortico-bulbar pathway, it is not the corticospinal pathway. So, the arrangement of the cortical pathway is more precise. It is more precise. It is per sectional area, it is very much bigger. Now, this is the pathway of the cortical pathway. It is very precise, less marketed, and thereby it is very much precise. Now, what is the lacuna nulla hypothesis? The lacuna of recovering the vagus nerve induced neuropathy is that although it is very much effective, what you got in the clinical trial, but there is no definite neuromodulatory circuit you have till now. And the method of neuromodulation, whether it should be invasive or non-invasive, whether it will be transauricular, transcutaneous modulation, that is not been defined. And the variety of non-invasive technique, whether vagus or combined vagus or trigeminal and vagus nerve stimulation combined based neuromodulation, is not been defined. And the protocols and parameters of neuromodulation not also being defined. and there is absence of any definite evidence of vagus nerve stimulation and its beneficial effect in larger population.
Vagus nerve primarily is considered as part of the autonomic nervous system.
It's a parasympathetic.
Parasympathetic. But here the Parkinson's is primarily
Sir, yes,
problem of the setup.
yes, sir. That is the beauty of the neurosurgery. That is why I am telling it. That is it. I am a husband of some woman. I am father of my child, and also I am a surgeon for my patient. So one single person could be a surgeon, neurosurgeon, could be a husband, could be a father.
No.
So person
in
is
terms of autonomic nervous system.
So that is the polynomial.
How you are putting this?
I am going to detail. I am going to detail. In last slide, after 60 slides, I will.
After 60 slides.
So that is why I am very fast. So if you think what is the circuit for the vagus? This is the vagus nerve at which it turns. So these have pharyngeal branch, superior laryngeal branch. The dorsal motor nucleus connects in this way, solitary nucleus goes to the cardiac plexus. So it controls your heart, it controls your respiration, it controls laryngeal contraction, it controls your speaking, it controls your swallowing. Now, what is the background now you have? When you are using the transmitted auricular vagus nerve stimulation, I am not going into the vagus nerve stimulation because that is not of my topic. One is any another day I will come on this. Now there is increasing understanding of the complex array of and end-organ innervation of the vagus nerve led to the proposition and principle and practice of stimulating the vagus nerve in different types of critical disorders and diseases such as epilepsy, migraine, heart failure, even in resistant cases of inflammatory bowel disease. Both invasive, that is surgically implanted the electrode in the neck, in the left side, not on the right side, okay? And non-invasive transcutaneous therapy are in both. Increasing understanding of the neurobiological basis of transcutaneous stimulation technique has made it a more choiceable option than invasive technique of vagus nerve stimulation, as the latter one is associated with more complication and body. Transcutaneous vagus nerve stimulation rely on the practice of stimulating the cutaneous apparent part of the nerve of the vagus at the ear, that is auricular branch, and at the neck, that is cervical branch, thereby obviating the need of implanting a vagus nerve stimulation electrode, which is a long-term insurance for human body, because you cannot change it. If it is damaged, you have to choose another one, and there is very difficult to implant another electrode in this very small area of neck. If you try to remove that electrode, that can stimulate your nerve to cause cardiac arrest. So that is a very dangerous thing. This is a dangerous commitment. So people have been very few trials that have been conducted today. Now see that if you see the microauricular vagus circuit and auricular vagus nerve, you know that there are these types of somatic visceral apparent, general visceral apparent, general somatic apparent. These types of nerve fibers are there. So this is a mixed type of nerve fiber. This composed of 20% different nerve fiber and 80% different nerve fiber. So see the vagus nerve, this position, this 80% afferent that is going up, and it's only 20% that is coming down. Based on this, you see that this. Yes, sir.
What does it mean? One way is
Sir, one mixed means one general somatic apparent, visceral apparent. This type of mixture you can based on the brachiomotor development, or you can through the fiber you can classify now whether how much afferent is there, how much afferent are there, which one is more afferent, which one
so
is
there's
less
collectively bigger.
Yes, correct. That is the red to basic concept we are coming to. So again, I am giving, this is the actually neurocircuits you have already known, but you do not know the connection. Now, efferent vagus nerve fibers originate from the dorsal motor nucleus and nucleus ambiguous in the medulla oblongata. These fibers provide parasympathetic innervation. The fibers innervate the peripheral organs directly via the parasympathetic ganglia, and this lie close to or in the wall of the organs. Postganglionic neuron that innervate cardiovascular, respiratory, and gastrointestinal organs are already shown. the remaining 80% of the apparent fibers, what is the function of this fiber? That's why it is related to the different disease, and for the it is a good choice for the surgeons for the neuromodulation. The remaining 80% of the fibers are efferent and as stated earlier are found in the cervical vagus nerve, lying in the carotid sheath, with their cell bodies located in the jugular and Golow's ganglia and the situate and below the jugular foramen. Nerve fiber of these ganglia constitute visceral, somatosensory and intestinal. That is why it is mixed. Functionally also mixed. To the brain via medullary nuclei. The nerve consists of nerve texture. That is the different types of nerve fibers. Migrated type A are highest base. Then type B, unmigrated C, the lowest basing fibers. And conducting velocities are proportional to their sizes. See, these are the information carried out by different types of fiber. Nerve migrated fiber carried the somatic apparatus different information. That is the informatics coding of a nerve. The small myelinated fiber carries the visceral apparatus information. Myelinated B fiber carries the efferent and parasympathetic preganglion innervation, and unmyelinated C fiber is resting on these, carrying out these apparent visceral information. In this way, in texture wise, you can divide these nerves. Okay, so all nerves will be divided. And as I already told, that at the cervical level, the vagus nerve has 60 to 80% are the afferent. The vast afferent direct and indirect position from the vagus nerve to the multiple higher, deep, subcortical and cortical brain centers, mainly by the nucleus cactus solitarius, are considered to play an important role in the mechanism of action of vagus nerve stimulation in treating the epilepsy and mood disorders. The other vital sensory apparent projection from the external auditory meatus, the posterior fossa meninges, the larynx, the upper esophagus are received in the spinal nucleus of trigeminal nerve. See, here comes the concept of combined stimulation and relate to the sensory cortex by the thalamus. In conclusion, the widespread supply of this vagus nerve raises the theoretical question as whether it could be used to stimulate the cortical and spinal circuits to help in different disease and disorders in conjunction with or without currently available medications or appliances. Dissect the cadaver. Look at this. This auricular branch of vagus nerve is also this nerve, elder nerve and unknown nerve, transversely passed through the facial canal. Hooker and Feeler is the best in this dissection. They showed that the auricular branch of vagus nerve is most prominently spread through the antihelix, tragus, sympha and concha. So this is the innervation of the auricular branch of vagus nerve. Again, as proposed theoretically by the Venturia in 2000, that stimulation of these nerve fibers can produce similar effect as vagus nerve stimulation. You are actually stimulating different circuits of the same generator, and you are supposed to get the same result. Transcutaneous cervical vagus nerve stimulation by pressing the electrode over the sternocleidomastoid muscle. That is a transcutaneous method. Okay, you do not have to implant the electrode. You just stimulate the transcutaneous vagus nerve, cervical vagus nerve, by pressing an electrode over sternocleidomastoid muscle. Has recently used another method of stimulating the vagus nerve non-invasively. Note here that the electrode is being placed in the same position in the neck while the electrode was placed originally in surgically implanted vagus nerve stimulation. However, the vagus nerve location within the carotid sheath beneath the skin, that is 2 mm, superficial fossa is 3 to 6 mm, and sternocleidomastoid is 6 to 5 mm. And can make selective transcutaneous stimulation of the vagus nerve fiber with current product offerings most likely indiscriminately stimulating the afferent and efferent fiber alike. But you cannot selectively stimulate the efferent and afferent. That is the main line.
From brain down to the periphery,
Yes.
the different parts of the vagus nerve,
Yes.
there is a different composition.
Yes,
Not-
yes, it is. It must be.
So, by stimulating a different part,
At cervical plus it is 82.
different parts.
As you go downwards, as you are going downwards, there are more efferent, less efferent.
So, why it is called vagosympathetic?
Vagosympathetic.
Because it carries both the sympathetic and parasympathetic.
Yes. There is, although it is being classified classically under the parasympathetic nervous system, it is not truly parasympathetic. That is the polyneurotic cell, for which I am talking about. Now, and as the asymmetric rule of distribution of vagus nerve, by virtue of which right vagus nerve preferentially supply the synovial node and left vagus nerve supply the atrioventricular node. That is not, now it is the microtexture of these nerves that are differential. Right vagus is not equal to left vagus. That's why if you stimulate the right vagus, okay, there are two vagus nerve in your neck. One is right vagus, one is left vagus. But if you ask the subject which vagus nerve to be stimulated, it is a blind answer, it is the left vagus. Why? Because the right vagus and the left vagus have differential innervation of the body organ. That is right vagus, you have preferentially supply the synovial node, which is the pacemaker generator, and left vagus supply the atrioventricular node. So if you stimulate the right vagus, it can accidentally block whole of the generator system. But once it goes down from synovial node, atrioventricular node, bundle of these Purkinje, now it is ramified. So at that point, one side will be blocked. If you have blocked synovial node, you require an emergency implantation of. But if you have a Purkinje fiber block, you have right bundle branch block, left hemivesicular block, it's a quite survivable. Therefore, the FDA approved labeling the vagus nerve stimulation device to be used only the left side. Okay, that is published in 2005. There remains much debate regarding the application of such observation in transcutaneous vagus nerve stimulation. What is about the transcutaneous vagus nerve stimulation? Although it is a branch of vagus, but texture of transcutaneous vagus nerve from the deep vagus is different. So it is being found that if you stimulate the transcutaneous vagus nerve, the stimulation pattern will not be same as stimulating the cervical vagus, the deep vagus. Okay, that is the texture. The same human is being seen in a different way in different tests. So therefore, unlike cervical vagus nerve, transcutaneous vagus nerve circumvents the risk of directly and asymmetrically stimulating the cardiac motor afferent fibers, thus causing adverse cardiac events. Additionally, bilateral AV stimulation has been shown to be safe because of this textural difference of the transcutaneous vagus nerve in comparison to the vagus nerve. Now again, see the pacing velocity, diameter, the myelination pattern is conduction velocity. So you have to choose some electrical parameter not beyond this range. For a particular fiber, you must have in your brain. Okay. And see the texture of apparent nerve. These are mostly this. This will be both. This is only apparent and this is only different. And see this way. There are polynomial circuits. So again, these are the textural difference. 20% myelinated A fibers and B fibers, and 80% are unmyelinated C fibers. Now, which are effective for you? It is the myelinated fibers because that is useful for the transcutaneous stimulation. Contrary to earlier studies which have been suggesting that C fibers improvement during vagus nerve stimulation was essential for seizure suppression, cross data in 2007 showed that destruction of peripheral C fiber didn't influence the vagus nerve to induce seizure suppression, and the therapeutic effect of vagus nerve stimulation have thus been attributed to the maximum recruitment of thick afferent A and B nerve fibers. Minimal side effects suggest the stimulation of B fiber. These fibers are well tolerated. These have also been taken in granted by these studies. Okay, the participants have shown the same result.
Why there is difference of unmyelinated fibers? Because
So that is the beauty of the.
no, because that will increase the efficacy of the nerve conduction. Because it is
So actually,
circuit.
it is. I do not know how the human body is created.
No, that's
Because
fine, not the hypothesis.
So no, it is not hypothesis.
No,
It is
no.
anatomically same.
Because so many unmyelinated fibers as opposed to myelinated fibers, it probably offering some advantage.
The more the texture, the more the sensitive structure supplied by nerve, that nerve must have more unmyelinated because that's you keep your gold in your vault and keep your watch outside. Myelinated C fiber
Because
is very pain
myelinated-
sensitive.
myelinated-
Pain sensitive. It is very pain
Myelinated
sensitive.
fibers, if the impulse comes, it will be short circuited?
No, it is not be short circuit. The pacing capacity will be less. Slow. Because of there is no
No
capacity.
rapid
There is insulation is less.
There is no
So
insulation.
spreading of the electricity will be
So there will
surrounding.
be short circuit.
Actually, short circuit is a misnomer. There is no kind of that kind of circuit in the brain because there is a
The
pipe.
short circuit means that the impulse is coming. It's in no direction. It will verify.
It has a direction, but it has
Slow
a
actually.
surrounding propagation. I should say surrounding
It
propagation.
will be totally.
No. The some amount of will go.
No,
Otherwise,
no,
how will
there
you
will
appreciate? How will you appreciate your pain?
But
When I'm
the
taking.
efficacy will be less.
Less.
But-
The target of.
Ah,
Right?
yes.
But what does it tell us?
Actually, I want to tell the basic
No.
one.
The so much unmyelinated particles. What does it tell?
Sir, that is so much in vagus nerve because if you have your chest being blocked by a few seconds, it will give pain. If a small angina, it will warn you. How it is being warned is by the vagus nerve. So it must have a more and more unmyelinated C fiber. Because that is the pain. Yes, that is the pain fiber. The more sophisticated organ is supplied, the more C fibers are there.
If it's sudden, it will collapse.
But if you see the optic nerve, that is mostly myelinated. What is found in the NMOSD, neuromyelitis optica spectrum disorder, international core clinical criteria. How much optic nerve fibers are unmyelinated? Probably less than 3%.
So multiple sclerosis will be more unmyelinated.
It is a disease of myelination.
So
It is a disorder of myelination with demyelination with an intention to prevent, but it is disordered myelination. Sayed AHB published in 2021. Name of the book is Neuroimmunology of Multiple Sclerosis and Related Disorder. You can go through them.
How much time will it take to finish?
Sir, I will not allow you to go.
So many questions.
No, this is very good, but you know, one talk.
Yet to know the molecular nerve stimulation, there is a distribution of various nerve fiber and therapeutic efficacy. So postulation is that stimulation of auricular branch of vagus nerve by low current is likely to stimulate the thick myelinated fibers only with no activation of the thin diameter unmyelinated C fiber as the VNS. The auricular branch of vagus is general sensory fiber and one of the few branches to control no motor fibers. As such, the myelinated fibers found in the AVBN could be expected to be A group sensory action rather than B group autonomic fibers. That is the advantage. No cardiac event will be observed, no muscular contraction will be felt. This is the microatrophy, this recession. Okay. See the myelinated action in the auricular branch of vagus in human vagus nerve. This is the landmark study by Safi et al. They have shown that on these 16 cadavers of different disease, there are different disease, and this is the disposition, demographic data of body donors. And this is a myelinated action population in the auricular branch of vagus nerve. So when these are being stimulated, there is the parameters, left and the right. That is also different. See, the diameter of 93 myelinated actions in the left auricular branch of vagus nerve in this 15 measured body. This is the population. And this is the auricular vagus nerve branch. See, left and right, almost quite similar. So, in concluding, around 50% of the myelinated axons are measured to have a diameter of 2.5 to 4.4 micrometer, which suggests that they belong to a delta fiber group. Nearly 20% of axons are myelinated to have a diameter of more than 7 micrometer, A beta class. However, the ABBN consists almost 6 times less A beta class nerve fiber than those found in the cervical branch of vagus nerve. This number also varies greatly between individuals, which makes explain why some individuals do not experience therapeutic effects after treatment with TVNS, and it will go somewhere to explain the anatomical disease and the mechanism and effectiveness of TVNS. Now, transauricular vagus nerve stimulation could be two types. One is respiratory gated auricular vagus nerve stimulation, and another one is motor activated auricular vagus nerve stimulation. That is Mavens and Ravens. This exploits the idea that inhalation, when you take deep breath, that can translimit the vagal nerve activity and there is some decrease in the pain. So your mother used to say, when you have a burn in your hand, take deep breath. When you are getting injected, take a deep breath. So this is the concept, relevance. And motor activity auricular vagus nerve, this concept exploits in carrying interference with motor activity. And for the migraine, it's also brain, the trigeminal nerve, but can block by the vagus. It's a neurorehabilitation procedure and a facilitation of motor learning, as I have already told you. So this is the difference between the open and closed loop. This exploits the idea that the inhalation induced translimation of vagal nerve activity, it fails, pairs with deviance with motor activity. Sometimes motor loop could be open or could be closed one. Now, in closed loop system, a brief definition of CL-TMVNS might be an autonomic control of TMVNS system in which the process is regulated by biofeedback signals. There is no biofeedback signals. Now, whether it is for the Parkinson disease, mostly open loop system is being used for the Parkinson disease. The advantage of closed loop system is that the more individual, here the cervical vagus stimulation is an open loop system. Okay, it's not a closed loop system. Now we have to have the closed loop system because it is advantageous. The more individual is controlled, superior gravity, because once you implant the electrode, you cannot change the parameter because it is fixed. So more individual is controlled, superior therapeutic efficacy, improved quality of life, and less incidence of adverse events is proposed to be in the closed loop TMVNS system. And I being summarized here. I am not going to be very quick because I am in hurry. So what our postulation is that, so this is the vagus nerve circuit which could be stimulation is circuit. Okay, solitary nucleus, medium thalamus, parietal operculum. I think that is different from others. Now the auricular vagus nerve stimulation, its effectiveness in Parkinson's disease is published in different papers. Just a look. These are the papers. Okay, these are the study results, and this has been the bold image, the proof of this hypothesis. Okay.
Go to your proposal.
These are the papers. Okay, this is the intricate neurocircuit of auricular vagus nerve stimulation. Recapitulating one. Okay. Now, what's about trigeminal nerve? Now, trigeminal nerve has this kind of circuit. The trigeminal nerve pathway for the touch and pressure sensation. See here the vagal scale, ganglia. Okay. See here it goes out. These are for the temperature and pain sensation from your face. Okay, trigeminal is a mixed nerve, both the sensory and the motor, muscle of mastication. So now what is being studied now on the trigeminal pain is suppressed by non-invasive vagal nerve stimulation. So there is some amount of, there are combination end-to-end activity between these two nerves, 5 and 10, and very similar in distribution, 10, 5. So trigeminal pain is suppressed by, this is the paper, and the effect of trigeminal nerve stimulation is being studied in these 4 papers. And it has also been found that the transcutaneous vagus and trigeminal nerve stimulation is helpful in neuropsychiatric disorder. Okay. The final remark is that you can have, there is some kind of obligation between these two nerve fibers. And this circuit we are going to stimulate to, which is our novel concept. Actually, which are going to explain. The new perspective of combined trigeminal vagus nerve stimulation in psychiatric disorder, another paper. These 3 papers are there. Okay, this is a letter which has been given. Okay. Can there be any role of transcutaneous combined trigeminal vagal stimulation? Both the trigeminal and vagus nerve stimulation modulate brain activity through the bottom of mechanism. That is by stimulating cranial nerve, whose nuclei lie in the brainstem, which in turn make extensive connection to the limbic cortex and monoaminergic nuclei. The vagus nerve, for instance, innervates the nucleus tractus solitarius bilaterally, which is connected to regions of brain that are associated with regulation of mood, emotion, seizure activity, modulation of extraneural movement disorder in Parkinson's disease. Similarly, the trigeminal nerve has an extensive connection to the brainstem and other brain structure. Trigeminal nerve, three major sensory branch over the face, but here see only the mandibular. Okay, the trigeminal ganglia located in the medial scale relate to trigeminal nucleus, which in turn go to the nucleus tractus further, then the common circuit. So this is the circuit. So if I draw this, I am not probably going to be wrong. This is the combined circuit of auricular vagus nerve and transcutaneous trigeminal nerve stimulation. Okay, why am I going to stimulate this? Because the bottom of concept I have already told, and see the mathematical law. There are two laws of nerve. One is called as law of summation. Okay, summation means giving, adding up. So one is law of spatial summation. If you stimulate the nerve, all the stimulation parameters are less than the amplitude of that amplitude which is required for giving excitation. But if they sum it up, that can produce a nerve response. That is called as spatial summation. And what is talking about already taught by Dr. Mishra, that is this law, that is the spatial summation. If you repeatedly stimulate the nerve fiber in a very short period of time, that will going to stimulate the nerve fiber, even if the threshold is suboptimal. That is the law of spatial summation. Now, if you are going for algebraic processing of this, EPSP, IPSP and algebraic processing, discharge threshold across the synapse depend on the presynaptic volleys reaching towards the synapse and their algebraic summation. As a given neuron receive inputs from the multiple actions, passage of information across the synapse is largely variable as the results stated above. The more versatility of the synapse not only depends on the algebraic summation but also on the following: enhancement or inhibition of summation threshold depending on the strength of the neurotransmitter, permeability, neuron inherent tendency of basically to get hyperpolarized, conductance of the neuron, as stated by Michael Ladian and Naoki Kago. I have given the papers here. Now, if I make this circuit, am I wrong? It will be either this two, but I don't have a proof, but I have a concept which is required to be tested. I don't have any concept. I don't have any ethical permission. But I have that. Okay, please see the. If I derive it this way, it's a good law. As from the Hodgkin-Huxley model, you can derive it this way. Very easy model. Don't see these things. These are things. So in this way, you can get an adaptive integrated fire model. Okay. So these are the models. Louis-Lapicque perfect integrated. You have to learn these models. Louis-Lapicque perfect integrated fire model, adaptive integrated fire model, fractional order model, exponential model, Hodgkin-Huxley model, and this. Other models, there are stochastic models. Okay, the noisy input model, noisy output model, spike response model, galvanic Lockenbach model, Boris-Legal model, inverse close model, theta
So
model.
basically, these are mathematical models.
Sir, I must have mathematics in my mind.
No, but why not you have animals? You can do the experimental models. That's a better thing.
You have not give out to give the opportunity. If you
Why not?
allow me to get entry here, I'll show you. So these are the
Can you explain like what are the parameters?
sir, that is beyond the scope. I will individually discuss it because
No, no,
if
if you want
you
to-
are going to, I have a paper I can show you. As a paper I can derive you this. How it is. See, this is capacitor base. Why you are using the capacitor? What is the conductance? What is the resistance? Why a circuit have a capacitor? It calculate the current. It can preserve the current. Why the resistance? Because of it's the break of your circuit. Sir, seগুলো দেখা আছে। স্যার কিন্তু আপনাকে কে করতে দেবে উইদাউট এনি প্রপোজিশন? আপনি প্রপোজ করুন। না প্রপোজ করা নেই স্যার, এটা প্রপোজ করা নেই, এটা আমরা প্রথম বলছি, ওই জন্য আমরা বলেছি যে নভেল কনসেপ্ট নেই স্যার, বইতে নেই, কোনো বইতে নেই, থাকলে তো ওই জন্য ওটা তো ফাংশনের মধ্যে দেখা যাচ্ছে দুটো জায়গায় এটা সেম সেম আছে, কিন্তু কোনো জায়গায় লেখা নেই এটা, আমি যেটা বলছি এটা লেখা নেই। মানে আমরা তৈরি করতে পারি, আরো ভুল হতে পারে, কিন্তু ভুল প্রমাণ করার জন্য one must have a correct formula. What do you have any formula to disprove Avogadro hypothesis? You don't have. But there is no formula to prove the Avogadro hypothesis. I have. Answer advice sir কলকাতায় কটা আছে? কেএনএ ফাংশন এবারে কে জানে? না স্যার, এটা একটাও করা। I know that this model is wrong, but there is nobody who could be wrong. I know this could be wrong. Anybody, do you have any better formula than this?
So we know another formula.
Yes, that is the postulation. I am not Avogadro. I am not Avogadro, and this is not also the 19th-18th century. So I require my laboratory. You don't. আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, ধারণা বলে কোনো লাভ নেই, আমারও ধারণাটা।
I know বিশ্বাস. Let me this way. If I look at the formula, it is like a very simple formula. It can
Very
be
easy
forget that one. Other actually.
It's a very potential formula.
Listen. It can be experimentally proven or disproven. I mean, with adding. But you kind of need to explain to us what are the meaning of those parameters. Because
I have already taken here membrane potential.
So the membrane potential. The membrane potential is
Sir,
basically.
if I show this,
How are you
I will not explain everything because it's a novel concept and I must have a royalty. That's a by law. I am not going to explain it. I have already told you in the first place that I am not going to explain you all because that is the diversity.
let's go back to the
I am not going. Sir, I am not going.
আমার একটা কিউরিওসিটি আছে এই যে যারা
No, sir, let me finish. Otherwise,
আরে একটু বুঝতে হবে তো
আচ্ছা বলছে বাস স্যার। So there are mathematical modeling to elucidate neuronal phenomena. There is no book on this. So you can this linear, nonlinear Poisson cascade model, Gaussian and Miller model, pharmacological input stimulus neuron model, and the HTM neuron model.
I mean, these are names.
Sir, আপনি বলতে তো দিন। So if you have a raw stimulus, see what can happen. There is sensory receptor, there is nerve edge emphasizing, there is glia, this capacitor, okay, switch on and off, and nerve edge emphasizing and muscle. So this is very easy. So if you extend your concept of law of summation, can you now is that formula version of law fiber? Approximately the rule of summation will apply roughly with some constant of adjustment. Okay, application of rule of spatial summation will tell us that if there is a common point of junction of both uterine branch of trigeminal and vagus nerve, then giving subthreshold stimulus like resulting neurostimulating. The neuronal circuit will last longer because it is so plastic in stimulating area and can use for long time if subthreshold stimulus is applied to the circuit. Because you use this hand more, you should get this lost. So you can stimulate it. There is a long area of neurostimulation circuit is there. You can stimulate any area. Even you can stimulate the multiple area, you can have your subthreshold and that is non-painful. And combining stimulation will be able to more profound level to stimulate the activation area around the target area. I have already shown you that. Hypothetically speaking, the chance of development of neuroplasticity in the circuit over a specific prolonged period of neurostimulation will be more, and therefore it will not only act as a neurostimulatory but will also act as a neuromodulatory circuit. The circuit can modulate itself. It is a biofeedback circuit. Small stimulus over time, that smaller will be smallest. Okay. Lastly, as the device is a wearable one, hence it can be used in a number of patients simultaneously. In our country, this lakh rupees of device, it cannot be purchased by anybody. one insurance passenger give a part there. Have you seen the picture of Magneto? Magneto, X-Man Magneto. There is yeah. Okay, this one. So I am doing the drawing. This is the drawing. Very easy. You see, each student here the trigeminal cord. Cord. That is right. That just like a cord. Trigeminal cord. The auricular cord. The combined connector. Okay, this kind of easy. You put the battery, give the voltage. That will give the milliampere type of just regulator. So in this way you can stimulate it. It's very easy to stimulate. You want it. So our body uses principle of combined transcutaneous transmural brain and neuro circuits neurostimulation is handy to prepare what outstanding in its proposition and hypothesis at least theoretically. More than one person can utilize the same and is good for them in development, especially for the institutional uses. Okay, no costly investment procedure is required and hence the superior surgical skill is required. No surgical skill is required. You can have abate from the higher neurosurgical cost. The electrical parameters are unable to change. We have proposed the model. We get evidence. Trial is done on non-human model, then go to the human model, approve on the regulatory authority, make the tool marketing, large scale use it or further marketing. So with this I want to conclude my lecture and for your patient hearing, thanking you all.
We give you some subliminal fringe and we get
It will give suprathreshold.
suprathreshold and we get
Yes.
big action potential.
That is the novelty in this concept.
Theoretically, you also can expect that there will be some lateral inhibition, like ventral cell inhibition in the spinal cord.
But it will not go into the spinal cord because
No.
trigeminal nucleus, if I can remember the anatomy, it goes all the way up to C5.
No, that's fine. Only thing that you stimulate and you can return also this
Yes, it could
power
be.
stimulation.
It could be.
Inhibition also.
It could be.
Any clinical work that has been done by stimulating the trigeminal.
Sir, three works are there.
What can
Two,
you-
one
trigeminal or
mood
what?
step, mood. One is mood, another one is migraine. Vagal stimulation for migraine, the trigeminal stimulation for the migraine, and combined for the neuropsychiatric disorder. There are two papers, but there is no paper targeting the Parkinson
When
disease.
those papers are published, you will
Sir, this is published in 2016, and another one is this one. Oh yes, that is 2016. These are the papers. 2006, 2011.
we give you some subliminal fringe and we get
It will give suprathreshold.
suprathreshold and we get
Yes.
big action potential.
That is the novelty in this
So
concept.
theoretically, you also can expect that there will be some lateral inhibition, like ventral cell inhibition in the spinal cord.
But it will not go into the spinal cord because trigeminal nucleus, if I can remember the anatomy, it goes all the way up to C5.
No, that's fine. Only thing that you stimulate and you can return also this
Yes, it could
power
be. It could
stimulation.
be. It could be.
Inhibition also.
It could be.
Any clinical work that has been done by stimulating the trigeminal.
Sir, three works are there.
What can
Two,
you-
one
trigeminal or
mood
what?
step, mood. One is mood, another one is migraine. Vagal stimulation for migraine, the trigeminal stimulation for the migraine, and combined for the neuropsychiatric disorder. There are two papers, but there is no paper targeting the Parkinson
When
disease.
those papers are published, you will
Sir, this is published in 2016, and another one is this one. Oh yes, that is 2016. These are the papers. 2006, 2011.
we give you some subliminal fringe and we get
It will give suprathreshold.
suprathreshold and we get
Yes.
big action potential.
That is the novelty in this
So
concept.
theoretically, you also can expect that there will be some lateral inhibition, like ventral cell inhibition in the spinal cord.
But it will not go into the spinal cord because
no.
trigeminal nucleus, if I can remove the anatomy, it goes all the way up to single.
No, that's fine. Only that to stimulate and you can return also this
Yes, it could
power
be. It could
stimulation.
be. It could be.
Inhibition also.
It could be.
Any medical work that has been done by stimulating
Sir, 3 works are there.
the
One
trigeminal or
mood
what?
step, mood, one is mood, another one is migraine. Vagal stimulation for migraine, the trigeminal stimulation for the migraine, and combined for the neuropsychiatric disorder. There are 2 papers, but there is no paper targeting the Parkinson
When
disease.
those papers are published, you will see.
Sir, this is published in 2016, and another one is this one. Oh yes, that is 2016. These are the papers. 2006, 2011.
This area will be cleared by you. But why is he halting it? Only one or two public.
Sir, actually thinking the past.
No, people must have been trying, but
Sir,
apparently without any success. Therefore, people
What is the difference between Steve Jobs in Apple and what is the difference of Steve Jobs without Apple?
No, because
One must get the dream.
No, I am getting the
One must get the dream. It is our duty to get the dream. Will dream.
I am getting a product, an Apple computer, Apple things, everything. So I seeing is believing. Unless I see, I don't believe.
So
seeing, you have to realize-
sometimes
you have to realize
for
seeing is
a
believing.
good belief in future, we must think
No,
now.
because one paper published in 2016 and such a challenging field,
7
people
years.
must have been trying. Probably successfully is not much.
No, that has not been published till now. Even the failure is a
The
pillar of
point is,
success.
any device which has
They have not that kind of
any
idea.
device which has been commercialized,
Yes. মাইগ্রেন ডিভাইসে চলে এসেছে আপনার কাছে। সেটাকে আপনি স্টিমুলেট করুন না, কায়দা করে একটু ডিভাইড করুন, অত দরকার নেই। ইএমজি এনসিবি নিডিল আছে তো আপনার কাছে। আপনার কাছে খোলা
না,
আপনার কাছে
ওই
খোলা
device গুলো-
স্যার এই যে খোলা এগুলো আছে না কানে যেগুলো শোনেন পটগুলো, তার মধ্যে ওর যে ছোট ইলেকট্রোডগুলো বার করুন, বলো ছোট্ট বার করে ক্যামেরা করে দিন মুখটা কানে দিয়ে না করা যায়। আপনি চাইলে করা যায়, আমি যদি না চাই তাহলে কিছুই হবে না।
এই যে যারা
কোন লোকের কাছে পিয়ারেকুরি অ্যালানকুরির কাছে
যারা
ফান্ডিং ছিল?
earphone use করে না?
আপনার পিয়ারেকুরি অ্যালানকুরির কাছে ফান্ডিং ছিল, ওর মেয়ের কাছে ছিল, ওর নাতির কাছে ছিল, যে তাতে তার কি এসে গেছে? যে নোবেল পেয়েছিল, যে ভদ্রলোক নোবেল, তার কাছে কোথায় ফান্ড ছিল? তার কাছে কোথায় লিথিক্যাল অ্যাপ্রুভাল ছিল? ডিনামাইটের জন্য ছিল। If you think in this way, that is the science. If you think positively, that is your science. If you think negatively, that is your not science.
Now,
If you have your chair and you are not using the power, that is not
মানে
science.
কি করতে চাইছো?
আমি এখন কিছু বলে দিচ্ছি।
Now, how do you proceed?
আমরা
practical.
কেউ যদি আমাদের যদি অ্যানিমাল দেয়, কেউ যদি আমাকে ল্যাবরেটরি দেয়, কেউ যদি আমাদের গ্রুপটাকে দেয়, আমরা স্টুডেন্ট করে দেখো মার্কেটিং করা যায়। আপনার কাছে মার্কেটিং মডেল আছে না? ল্যাবরেটরি এটা করতে এটা ওটা
Sir,
আছে।
I apologize if I am not agreeing with any of your ideas. I have one question, that is, all of that you're saying is very hypothetical, right? So with any hypothesis, we need to have some kind of impact analysis as well, because what you're dealing with is a very sensitive disease. So in this hypothesis, you did not mention anywhere what your impact could be on other systems or anywhere else in the body. So is that a
Have you gone through the 20,000 leagues under the sea book? When it was written, 150 years before, the submarine was launched. At that time, your question, if there was somebody like you questioning that person who has written 20,000 leagues under the sea, why you are making a mesmerizing concept which is not available now who is wrong, you or the person who has written the book? To some point of time I will be correct. It may be the time when I am not certain. It may be a time when it is long path future, but my concept is very certain until it is disproved. That is the confidence one you must have when you are going to be a neurosurgeon, because you have to operate the correct area. If you remove the non-motor cortex, you will lose your patient and you also lose the disease. If you are neurosurgeon, you must have that guts that you are going to stimulate the correct area and your hypothesis is going to be correct. My hypothesis is going to be correct, otherwise there should be another hypothesis. You must have another hypothesis to disprove it. Because it is the last hypothesis I have proposed.
So becoming a Popperian view.
Sir, that could be, sir, আমি তো অ্যাকসেপ্ট করি, আমি তো অ্যাকসেপ্ট করি যে আপনারা আমাকে বলবেন, তো সেটাই তো আমার সাকসেস। আপনাকে আমি স্টিমুলেট করে গেলাম কিনা নতুন আইডিয়া দিয়ে, যেটা মানুষ ভাবতে পারেনি এখনো পর্যন্ত। হতে পারে আমি ভুল, কিন্তু তার জন্য প্রুফ করতে
না,
হবে।
ভুলের কথা
আমি 10 বছরের জন্য ওয়েট করবো, কে করবে? আমি লোকের থেকে করবো। আজকে যে প্রথম লোকটা ভেগাস করেছিল, তাহলে
he said that other bad effects আছে এটাকে আমরা
স্যার সাবমেরিনের ব্যাটারি নেই, আপনার যে নিচের কিছু আছে
I'm just asking if there is any other
দেখো,
that.
actually full people, there are two types of people. One are legalized full people. They on the face of different operations, they think about the good effects, bad effects. But there are other people. They are brave enough. They have a tight skin. আজকে যত ওয়ার্ক অফ হিউম্যান বডি হয়েছে সব কোথায় হয়েছে? কনসেন্ট্রেশন ক্যাম্প
So
হয়েছে।
then by that.
জার্মান কনসেন্ট্রেশন ক্যাম্প হয়েছে, হুইজ ব্রোকার জার্মান কনসেন্ট্রেশন ক্যাম্প হচ্ছে, ওই যারা কয়েদি ছিল তাদেরকে জ্যান্ত সিমুলেট করে হয়েছে। আপনি বলতে তাহলে আপনি ইউজ করছেন কেন সায়েন্সকে স্যার? সায়েন্স ইজ সায়েন্স স্যার, এর খারাপ ভালো বলে কিছু নেই। আমি কাউকে মারতে চাইছি না, তো আপনারা যে 1 সপ্তাহ এক্সপেরিমেন্ট করছে তাদের ফেলিওর বলবেন যে আপনার সায়েন্স ভুল, আমি কেন মানলেন চারটাকে?
Prove your hypothesis.
Sir, nobody can disprove it. That is why I am proving it.
Okay, I think we should end here and thank you. I am sure we can do some
You
more.
don't have any better hypothesis than Avogadro.
No.
That's why Avogadro I put it here, so that one of yours can conglomerate with us, with at least Dr. Ganguly. We are the surgeons, we can easily implant it.
Major investigators here are not here. What a joy. Right people to talk.
Sir, আমি অলওয়েজ অপরচুনিস্টিক, আমি সার্জেন। আমি একটা জিনিস বুঝি, যেটা সার্জিক্যাল ডিজিজ যদি টেবিলের সঙ্গে ফিক্স না হয়, এটা কেটে বার করবে। দেয়ার ইজ নো পেশেন্ট উইথ দ্য টিউমার গন অ্যাওয়ে ফ্রম দ্য, আমার কাছে ঢুকলে ঢুকেই আসবে, আইদার রোগটা দ্বিতীয়বার আসবে না, অথবা পেশেন্টটা দ্বিতীয়বার হবে না।
মানে দুটোই কি একই হবে?
না, রোগটা দ্বিতীয়বার আসবে না, পেশেন্টটা দ্বিতীয়বার হবে।
দ্বিতীয়বার তাকে
হ্যাঁ, দেখো, অর্ধেক টিউমার রিমুভ করে ছাড়া মানে কি?
দ্বিতীয়বারটাকে দেখতেই পাচ্ছি।
স্যার, অর্ধেক টিউমার রেখে আমরা ছাড়া কি আপনি দিনদের পাশেই বসে আছেন?
সেটাই তো।
আপনাকে এরপর কেমোথেরাপি নিতে হবে,
You are
রেডিওথেরাপি
telling
নিতে হবে, আবার অপারেশন করতে হবে।
You are telling the
আপনি
same
বলুন তো,
thing.
আপনাকে তো মারতে পারলাম, মারবই, আপনার পরিবারটাকেও মেরে দিলাম। কজন লোক মরলো? তার প্রথমটা হাইয়েস্ট অপারেশন, সবটা বার করতে গিয়ে আপনি মরে যান। হুইচ ওয়ান ইজ বেটার? আপনি আমাকে বলুন লং টার্ম
long term share
দেখো,
হবেই না।
দেখো এখানে কোনো নেই। যদি নিরো থাকে, বিধবানও ছিল, নিরঞ্চক ছিল, বিরাট ভালো বিধবাটা মতো মিউজিক বাজাতে পারে, বিধবা কানে শুনতে না তো ভালো মিউজিক বাজাতে পারে, কে ভালো বিয়েছিল? বল, there is something to be answered, not only telling which is this is will not prove the hypothesis, this prove the hypothesis.